come and go with me. Speak your mind and you'll be free. Come and meet Mel Tony. Come, let's go under the tree. Under the tree.
It's running. We're going.
Hello, hello, hello. We're back live again. Melanie, how your week?
My week was just beautiful.
You sure?
Yep. Quiet.
Beautiful,
What?
beautiful.
Hot, but quiet.
Handsome like me. And good and beautiful.
Yeah, I had a wonderful
I gotta let the
week.
people
What about
know.
you?
Man, I had a good week. I had a hard week. Just one of them hard weekends in a month. You know, you can try to get all your work done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was interesting. I run into some good people who said that, some good things about me and good things about
That's
you.
excellent.
And so life going, like I always say, this is the day that the Lord has made.
Yeah, it's nice to have something nice said for a change, eh?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Well, my concerns are, our show is based on what again? I can't remember.
You mean today?
Yeah.
Oh, it's talking about
Relationship.
why people
People in relationship
have
can't get along.
problems getting along in
People in relationship
relationships.
belongs to some of them, anyway. Well, like I say, let's get into this. We can talk about something different first before that.
Okay.
We can talk about how, I watch this week. This week was so interesting. The court case that the lady ruled on and divorce, and everybody have this say and everybody this.
Yeah.
This
Is
one-
that an American or a Bahamian
Where
base?
you been? What world you live in?
I live in a cocoon.
Yeah, so like they talking about divorce, and they were talking about, and the woman said that she was raped
By?
her husband,
Oh.
and the question was, really, can a woman be raped?
Yeah.
Well, the court say yeah, so she got a divorce. But honest and truly, and you listen to the case, and you knock it down, and you put it to pieces, and put the pieces in. Really, the truth, I believe, and I can get licked for this, it's all a part of the game.
Why you say it's a part of the game?
Because I don't see why a man should rape a woman. And if he does, hold on, and if he does, if he rapes a woman, or he rapes his wife, let's keep it in context. Right? If he rapes his wife, he was almost forced to do it, or he did it to send a message.
Okay.
You got me drift?
There is a long spectrum when it comes to relationships, right? From very good to horrid. And so when a woman claims that she was raped by her husband, it is past the middle line towards horrid, the relationship in terms of its connectivity, its livability, and the relationship between the two parties. So for her to claim, if a woman is having a loving relationship with her husband and he forces himself on her, she would never consider that rape. But if the relationship has been severed, for lack of a better word, and a man feels he's entitled to her body because, well, from a religious perspective, even though a lot of people who do these things aren't really religious,
Stop right there.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Yeah?
This whole country is Christians, so stop it.
No.
Everybody,
Hold on. We bear because we believe.
The reason the reason Bahamians are marrying their wives is because they don't want to sin. They want sex under the clause of being a Christian.
I know that's it for women. I don't know what it is for men.
That's the point I'm making. And so then the Bible says you become one.
Yeah.
In the flesh.
Yeah.
And oh, stop. Let's do it again. The Bible
Providing
say become one in the what?
The two becomes
In the flesh.
one.
Right.
I don't
So-
know if it's in the
so you-
flesh, but more so in purpose.
But the Bible, you see, now you can't take half of the Bible.
No. The Bible say, and the two becomes one, but it didn't say flesh, spirit, body, mind. It just say one. So when you think about it, for instance, we always refer to the Trinity, right? Where some people believe that it's one physical connection, but it's not. It's a purpose connection.
So,
Meaning that the mindset, the purpose, the intent is the same. But when two individuals marry, they become one unit. That's what
that's your interpretation.
in translation, yeah, you become a unit.
But the Bible is old school.
The Bible is
The
still
Bible never changed.
but you can still see the unit element of that. Okay, for instance, for
Go ahead,
instance,
God, I got
I
you.
marry you today.
That's
when
a good
people
choice.
see-
Good choice. That's a good choice.
When people see you, they see me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you represent me, but you are not me. We are just connected. We have a covenant. We have a connection,
Mm-hmm.
but that don't make us one physically. It make us one in our purpose for life, providing we have an agreement, because many people are legally bound or even under religious conventions of marriage, but they are not one.
See,
They're not one.
see. If
They
I
are from two
if,
different.
if I marry you because my Christian principle, that means I don't want to go there and have sex. That means I choose you
so
to
you
have sex.
So you choose me just to have sex.
No. But that's what
I understand.
But that's what majority of men or women do to have sex. They say, "Well, I'm not gonna have it all over the place, so I can choose this one woman."
Men don't do that. Women do that.
Right, okay.
Men is say, I can marry her to keep her, but I can have sex with whoever I want to have
Right.
sex with.
So the question is this: on the same rate thing, then we need to change this whole thing and then let us marry two women. Because if you don't want to have sex with me, who's my wife? And then I gotta force you because you's my wife. Then you might as well let me have two, so I could when you ain't ready, I go to cross to the next wife, and then come back. So because I
see-
don't think a man could rape his wife.
But you're wrong. A man could rape his wife.
How I could rape? I marry you. How could I rape
If
you?
we're not in agreement for this sexual encounter, it's rape.
The Bible say you become.
Yeah, but we know
Nice.
what. You see, the
So-
thing about it
But we
is,
live by this principle.
we live by the principle and then we apply it according to our mood.
Yeah.
But the principle is that if you love me, you will care for me. And if I say no to you for a sexual encounter, you will wait until I say yes. And if I don't say yes and you force yourself on me, then that's rape.
So, I marry you. I got needs. Hold on now. You tell me no. You continue telling me no. I live in a Christian life. So hold on now. So what I supposed to do? Why? Let me hear this.
You're telling me.
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead. Let me hear this nonsense.
That don't add up.
What you
to
mean it don't add up?
Living a
This
Christian
real
life.
conversation we having.
It don't add up to the characteristic of a Christian life, though.
Okay, so
because
then I got.
You see?
I must go out on the outside of the marriage. Your responsibility is to.
there are
give
so
me
many. There
No,
are
but you're
so
missing the
many recourses that a man can take before forcing himself on his wife. Love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle, love is not puffed up, it's not selfish, and all
is
the
patient,
things
love
that
is
you
kind.
can think of. And
Love
so,
also blow my mind if I don't have my sex on time.
excuse me.
No, I mean, excuse me, I tell you. What you mean?
That's quite interesting. You better copyright that.
Yeah, I gotta call somebody take that in.
Oh my gosh.
But it's
That's cute.
Yeah.
But Tony, I think I could understand your mind and your way of thinking from a male perspective, and even from a typical Bahamian Christian perspective, because some people just take things straight off without looking at all the possible variables that could exist within a relationship.
Yeah, but see,
But when a woman say a man rape her, they ain't getting along. They are not getting along.
So
they're practically probably in the same space because they have no choice.
yeah, right, fine. But
for
here,
being there.
But hear the story.
But because you still have a legal document that say I'm your wife, does not mean
Yeah,
that
because
you and I.
so if we reach that point
Mm-hmm.
where you and me, or you can't give this to me
Exactly.
no longer, you're not my wife no more.
No.
But you, hold on, but you decided that you're going to stay in my house with me and don't give me. Eat my food, hold on, take advantage of everything I got. But you want to stay and you don't
So
think
you're
that you deserve.
you're telling me that this husband was fulfilling all of his manly roles.
Obviously, but you hear what
No, I ain't sure if
you
it's
hear what the
obvious.
case. You hear what the case. The
No,
woman
I
said.
didn't. I
Let
didn't
me tell
hear
you what
the
she
case,
said.
unfortunately.
Let me tell you what she
Go
said in
ahead.
court. Let me read it. Said he will moist himself when he come home.
Immerse himself in what?
Moist himself is lubricate himself
Okay.
and then jump on top of her, and it was horrid. She said it was horrid.
So how it wasn't one encounter then? It was several encounters.
She said constantly, right? She raped him. But check this out. Why you ain't get your black self up and go find some places to live or move?
maybe it's the religious beliefs again that probably she somewhere along the line she probably felt that it was her duty to just stay there and take it. Let me ask something.
And then you go out.
We have a lot
and
of
then you go out
thinking.
And then you go out and call it. And then you go out and call it. Then you go out and call it rape. That's what you're saying.
Well, okay. You remember the description you gave just now about him preparing himself. He prepared himself to make sure that he didn't injure himself.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more that's not said right now. I don't know what was said during the hearing of the case.
It was in the paper, right? But what I'm saying to you, it might be you decided, the woman who was getting raped, decided that she don't want him no longer, but she has one sweetheart out there because he cannot pleasure her the way she wants.
Well.
I want you to hold your thought a second. But she wants to stay and ride me, live off me in my domain, but go and do it to somebody. And then when I touch her, she claims rape.
Okay. So what you're saying is actually what was published surrounding the case?
Yeah, it was published, yes. And it was the talk of the town. How this woman went to court and the judge gave her on the basis of she getting raped in her marriage. And it's based upon, the question is marital rape. You know, that's the it spin off on that. But I don't believe a man could rape his wife.
Well, like I said,
You ain't my wife no more if you ain't want me.
But like I said, you have to look at all the circumstances within the relationship, because anytime you see the definition of rape is very simple, and it doesn't always factor in what the nature of the relationship is like. Even if you and I are having a good relationship, and even I've heard of cases where the persons were in the midst of a consensual exchange, but the lady did not want to go beyond a certain point. Of course, you know with your man, once you get so far
We
up
warm.
the hill,
We getting warm.
you can't slide back down,
Hey, we
right?
like
No,
Jell-O.
you got to go straight
Jell-O
over and
soft.
come over on the other
What do you
side.
mean? You gotta go and
Yeah.
Taste the party.
So that in itself places men at a disadvantage, and that is something that women need to be mindful of. Okay? Now, in this particular case where you talk about the description of him preparing himself on a regular basis, what was she doing at the time when he was preparing himself? She didn't have a way of leaving the house?
That's the point. And I'm trying to say there's so many holes in this case. I believe this case was based on sensitizing the government about rape. Secondly, this woman had another little thing on the side, and she wanted out.
Well, the thing is, she's entitled to that if that is what she wants.
But
at
do not
the end
say-
of the day, don't leave yourself in a position to be raped.
Yeah, but don't stick around to be raped.
Especially if it wasn't one encounter. If you're talking several encounters, and she
Yeah.
could describe all of that.
She said
what
she
were you
consistently-
doing while it was happening?
Because it was just to use this as a line of defense for her to get a divorce. Sweetheart, if you don't want the man no more, you could just leave. Most times when you see people holler rape, I believe it's because some other line an issue. I believe many times they have their little secret on the side, and they don't want you touching, but they don't want to say it. They want to remain to be this good person
Well, you know,
and lying.
physiology and psychology gets thrown out of the equation when it comes to rape. If the woman says no and you proceed, then it's considered rape.
Right,
So
I agree.
whether it's in marriage or out of marriage, in
But-
a relationship or out
but
of a relationship.
I don't think a man could rape his wife, and I don't think the law needs to change, and I don't think.
And you don't think, and you don't
I
think.
don't think.
But at the end of the day,
I think.
how do you get the law changed and what is the grounds? Because guess what? As a father, as a brother, when your female relatives are in relationships and they encounter a similar situation, you may feel sensitive and say, now that's rape, right? But that's because all of the factors have to come into play. Because when your relatives say to you, he did this, he did that, he did the next, and I said to him, you may say, and I don't think you would, oh, well, why did you stay there? You know what I mean? So in essence, you're still going to say,
Well,
so the message is, if you are in a relationship and you don't desire to be in that relationship any further, move yourself away. Make the boundaries clear enough that if the person does sexually attack you, it will definitely be rape. But if you stay in the environment, watch the person prepare themselves, what is it, fear that have you there? You see what I mean? Because fear factor is a serious thing in relationships as
but
well.
over and over, I believe, I'm from the old school,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that if my family come and say they get raped, and I listen to the circumstances and it happened,
Mm-hmm.
I can walk away and say, you know what, you look like something wrong with you. You should have put this in place, and you didn't, and so you need to deal with that on your own.
So the lesson coming from that particular situation is what?
From the situation that I
Sever your ties. Sever
Yeah.
your ties. If you don't want to be with the man, don't torture him.
exactly.
That's what you're saying.
That's what. Now you got it, because I tell you, if you live in a house with a man and you really can't get along with him, most men get their kick off that.
But you know, a lot of
So you
people,
know it's like
a lot of
saying yes.
people, a lot of people are being advised, especially because of property ownership or security. It's like, how many families where the man and the woman are no longer together, but because they loved each other at one point in time, They slip in and out of intimacy.
Listen,
In
people,
and out of intimacy.
people,
They slip in and out.
people with this property in marriage, and when I married, this is yours. Let me tell you something. You can die and leave it. So if you're around here battling, fighting for property when you in marriage, all you're doing is wasting, stressing yourself out. Because listen to me. When love gone, some people don't care what property you got. They leave you with your property.
That's true.
And so don't
Because
be
at
around
the
here-
end of the day, you have to put your own safety,
Right.
your peace of mind, your security. All of these must be your priority interests over material things.
But if you marry me,
And your peace of mind as well.
but if you marry me, you
Mm-hmm.
can give me my sex. I take it. I dare these
But-
people on this thing come and tell
but-
me, you
but-
marry me,
But guess
and
what?
you talking nonsense of
Many,
rape,
many
I can
men,
take it.
many men, where their partner is not as sexually driven as they are, take sex from their partner.
Why you marry me?
Because
If you ain't want me, tell me and leave me. Long as you stay in my bed, you gonna get what the dog get. Come out of my bed if you don't want me. Come out of my bed. Long as you in my bed, there is no story about rape. I put a ring on your finger. That's the purpose of marriage. Purpose
But
of,
now when the marriage break down, you see, and like I was saying,
even when
a
it break
lot
down,
of,
you can give me that,
but then people
so we can
whose-
make that up.
people whose marriages
Wait, let me do my
break
shaking
down
then. Hold on,
are
let me
no
do my-
longer interested in being sexually intimate with their partners. So they stay, a lot of people, for the children, for the house, for the car, for the comforts that of not having to start over again, but they're not prepared to seek a resolve where if you once loved an individual, there's always the opportunity for that fire to be rekindled. So if you are at odds with your partner, don't allow it to go to the point where you're denying him, she's denying you. If you are no longer interested, separate, sever your ties, and do what will serve both parties.
But
in the best interest.
relationship goes peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
It go
yeah.
peak and valley.
Agreements and
So you
disagreements
can-
is commonplace.
All I can tell you, any woman out there, all you don't marry me if you gonna try to hold me hostage by sex. I'm dealing with that. I done move from. I too old for that. One day my pistols, little Miss Pistol,
Ain't gonna fire
they ain't
no
gonna
more,
fire no more. So I ain't got time to play no game. This time to what? This my time now. Don't try that.
Okay.
And you trying to take the. Listen, most men marry because of sex. They ain't marry because of nothing else.
That's true.
And most men pick their woman based on what they love in that woman, what they see with their eye, and what they start to understand and get along with, and that's a joy for them. So you gonna tell me I marry because I want to settle down, I want to run around, and then you going the very thing that keep me living and keep my heart pumping, you will tell me you take for. So now I got to go through this mode of and go through this hurt and pain that you can tell me to, and then you can come and lay side me in the bed. Then you can tell me I can't. Holy Ghost, like this in jail. Holy Ghost.
But
Don't make me-
you
Listen.
make it seems as if this person is a saint, and all he wanted was sex from his wife, and she denied it because she had somebody else out there.
But he
whatever,
said
whatever.
in court,
Uh-huh.
he said, "This is my wife. This is why I marry her. This is all I wanted. This is what I don't need." He made those cases. So, what he is saying that this is the woman I love. This is the woman I cherish. How she now can take this from me? I ain't got no other woman. I ain't going
Okay.
looking. So you, the show is based today on depression, right? And so, and why relationship can't get along. And so, this line right up to our show, because sorry,
Hi, Denise Winder Walker.
Hey, Denise.
Denise Winder McPhee. Sorry.
hey Denise.
She said you'll never marry.
Denise, if I marry you and you try to, I get take it because God tell me we become one, use mine, and in the marriage you're supposed to give it. And if you don't marry me, no, I can leave that part for later, but don't marry me. We can talk about that later. I will hold you down, me. Now y'all can share the show around the world. I don't care.
Well, I guess, the thing about it all comes down to relating. That's what relationship is all about. You relate to me, I relate to you. But if we're not relating with each other, we're not in a understanding or seeking to understand and seeking to meet the need of each other, then for women, sex is kind of like a icing on the cake. For y'all, sex is the cake. For women, sex is the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So we got to be able to blend this thing and work it out together where you get your cake, I get my icing.
But see, this is so deep that it is so deep. Take the Christian part out of it. Let's go with basic principle.
Mm-hmm.
I take you to my house, and then I don't want to do what I'm supposed to do, and the right thing and all the things. And you come now, line up. I trying to do the best I can. I doing everything you possibly can, taking care of all your bills, doing possible to keep this marriage going. And you can come and tell me, at night time I can't jump on top of you. Think about that.
Anyhow, I guess you got to bring romance back in relationships.
Romance be in a relationship,
No, if
Some
romance
people-
is there, ain't gonna be no rape.
You know, I was thinking coming here on the road, and I was thinking about relationship, at least discussing relationship. And I was just driving, thinking, and just blowing my mind, just blow my mind. It's that love is supposed to paint this pretty picture, but most times, love don't paint this picture. Love paint the picture of heartache, distress. It's
What,
amazing.
what does that tell you about the whole
It is
situation, though?
Yeah, but it's amazing how me and you can marry today, and it's so exciting, and so loving, and so care. And listen, me and you making love with passion. We look in one another's eyes. We could see the blood red. Like we could see where we can't get enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day you don't wanna even lie in the bed with me. How do we get here?
Maybe a lot of things we turned a blind eye to, and
But
then
why we can't continue to blind eye to?
that's it. You get tired.
What do
You
mean?
get
How you get
tired.
tired?
You
How you
get
get
ti-
tired of me.
Listen, when a relationship is new, people see things. Red flags go up all over the place, but because it's new, we live in hope of improvement, in hope of change for the better. But as things don't get better, and oftentimes, when you let things slide, what happens? Boundaries get pulled and pushed further and further away. So at the end of the day, the things like taking for granted, not respecting, not being considerate, all of these things go out of the window because when people, like in our Bahamian vernacular, you say you give you an inch, you take a mile.
But
So things break down.
but love is so beautiful. It just the word, when you use that word, it reminds you with so much good things. It reminds you about
If you have
Yeah.
a good experience,
Yeah.
yes, you will
And
have a lot of positive images floating in the front of your face or in your mind.
And-
But if you had bad experiences, you don't want to hear nothing about that word because what people say, it's overrated. So it depends on your experience.
I've never ever been I've never been this way before.
You are so
I
blessed.
am shocked.
You are so blessed.
I am blessed, but I am shocked that how in this world today relationships end up in like everywhere you go somebody gotta cry now. Oh, and it's like coming from the mouth is so damaging. Oh, I don't mean to be together no more. Me and I together no more. That woman crazy.
You want me to tell you something?
And I trying to figure. Go on.
You're trying to figure out why, right?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you why?
Tell me why.
Because it was built on the wrong foundation. Most relationships are built on sex.
Yeah, sex and money.
And when you move out of the bedroom in between your sexual encounters, there are a million of other activities that are going on, and you don't get along, you don't understand, you don't try to understand and work together. It's my way or the highway. That's usually it. People are in the first instance, they're hot for each other, they're full of sex, they're full of excitement because it's all sex, 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 sex. But when the sex dies down, the woman wants one set of additional things, the man wants another set of additional things, and no one is seeking to meet the other person, not even halfway.
See, because it disturbs me when a woman has to take a man to court who's
Yeah.
married to her
Yeah.
for rape. It disturbs me. And that's why I brought that up. See, and there's so much relationship in depression. So much marriage relationship.
Yeah,
depressed.
persons, yeah.
And most of the marriages who are depressed is one individual in the marriage who tries to control the whole entire marriage. It is not equal, it's not fair, but they try to dominate.
And I anticipate that you would say it's the woman.
No, I anticipate that it either could be the man.
Oh, it could be the man or the
Yeah,
woman.
because sometimes, see, men believe they could do anything and women's supposed to accept it. Men believe that the woman should be submissive. Men believe that woman shouldn't be loud. Men should believe that woman shouldn't have the last say. All these things. Men also believe that woman should know her corner. Go in the corner and shut up your mouth.
Know her place, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, woman should know her place.
And yeah, I agree. And so should a man.
Yeah. And the man should lead. But here's the problem. When relationship become people in the relationship become depressed, it's normally a little sly, slick, subtle thing that the man or woman is doing. It do it so quiet, you don't even realize it because it goes so small, it creeps until it becomes big. So what they do is hide most times. They hide the little slick moves so it make you depressed. And sex, go back to sex, in marriages, if a wife keeps denying her husband and she doesn't sit down with him and tell him the truth, either one, she don't have no feelings for him no more, two, she fall out of love, three, she find a new love, four, I think we need a break because we're going down the wrong path. And so most times, in most cases, women are the one that gets go into depression because women sometimes trying to live for society. All right? And they're trying to live for society. So they're trying to live for society. And when they're trying to live for people, See, you could sit here and go into a depressive state, and I wouldn't know. And me and you could have the show, and you get up right after the show and hang yourself
Wow.
or jump
God
overboard.
forbid.
Yeah, I
I
never
understand
happened.
what
Yeah.
you're saying. I
And so
understand.
it happened so many times, because guess what happened this week? A TV reporter, she left the show. She's an anchor, and she went and killed herself.
It's in the U.S.
Suicide, yeah. And so most times people are in these depressive state in this relationship. A man really be in a depressive state in the relationship when a woman deny him sex, and he don't see his way out, or he's not a man who wants to scheme, or he don't have another sweetheart. See, because a man who has a sweetheart, really, you can't put him in the depressive state for that, because he gets up from that same moment. See, I am not comport with her foolishness, because I going around the corner.
Okay.
So you can't make me depressed. But here what times, most times, woman goes to depression. Woman knows the man that she marry or house don't match her lifestyle.
Okay.
But she was in such a bad situation at this time. She accepted him.
Okay.
And in her mind, she's thinking that he will change, or he will grow, and so she is waiting on that ha moment, and that ha moment never comes. So she's in this relationship because she's waiting on this ha moment, and every day her thinking is, I can leave this man. That's her words, but it never happened. And the reason why it never happened is because she in a situation where my bills are paid, so I really don't love this guy. And so most Bahamian women are in these situations, where these marriages, where they know from day one probably they never liked the guy, but the guy somehow got their attention and they had a baby. And society, they might be in the church, and society looks at them as a total loser, because you got this man, and if you leave this man with this baby, our society don't accept you too well. This is what we say. When she leave that man and she gone, she bad. Not that she run from this depression and running to save her sanity.
Oh, okay.
We come on and really try to destroy her. And so she goes in a second depression, where mother, daddy is saying, girl, you leave your good man. And she know in her heart that the foolishness she was going through in this relationship. But everybody, because our love is based on finance. See, that's the problem.
Roof over your head, bills paid,
The man paying your bill,
food
and the
on
man
the table.
and the man driving a good car, and all this foolishness that don't even pay the bills in lifetime, has
But
no
yeah.
lifelong lessons. See, money is the root of evil. Bible tell you, the love of money is the root of all evil. And if you love more money than you need, you're gonna go to hell fast. I mean, literally, you know what I mean? Destruction. Because Bahamian people has to stop making money their first priority in everything. We so strong on making money our first priority, believe it or not. This country is based on money first, love second, sex third. When your money gone,
Sex number one.
For man, for woman is different. When your money gone,
Mm-hmm.
you gone.
Wow.
Watch this now. When your money gone, so many Jezebel comes. Because women love chasing money. And the reason why women love chasing money, because some majority of women don't know when enough is enough. Now let me explain that to you people out there who can get it. You buy a woman a house today, and she want next week she want all the furnitures in it too. And the following week she want the curtains in it too. And the next week she want. Granted, it is good to have it progressive. That's what women do. But in the state we do it, it is. You got people that the bank literally own. Workers, the bank literally own. You will go to the bank and borrow money on top of money and borrow and what they call cap your loan and keep doing it because you like things. Why don't me and you can live in happiness and love? And if we can grow potato in the ground and eat potato, we can do that and eat that and be happy. Why is it we have to go and look for sushi and we know we can't afford sushi? We know we can't afford sushi. We know we can't afford every Friday night going out. We can't afford it. And you know you can't
Everyone
afford it.
else is doing it. Though.
And you making the man that you love be depressed because he trying to live this image with you. Because he done lie and tell you he could do this. And he know he's lying. And he become depressed. And when you come depressed, the relationship become depressed. And when the relationship depressed, depression grows. And it grows on everybody around you. Even the children you have in your house become depressed. And once the children come depressed, they don't do well in school. And then you become depressed from the children being depressed. See, depression is something that you even don't notice when it creeps on you. You don't even know in your relationship if you don't like something, but you put up with it because. Let me give you the example I'm talking about. About 35% or 55%, a little more, probably 75%. I'll say, I'll give it granted, 60-something%. The Bahamian men put women in depressive state. And the woman, she will try to hide and cover this man and hide his, that she's depressed. But she'll try to hide that because she wants this man to look good out there. She know in the family we can't afford the things he's doing out there. But because she married him, she tried to put everything and hold it together. And you cannot even think straight no more. You're trying. This no good man, he's having a ball, and you is trying to keep the family together, and you depressed. You paying the bills, and you so depressed you don't even want to go out no more. You don't want to even buy yourself a nice dress. Somebody asks you, go, no, I tired. I working on Monday and I try to rest up. You're lying thing. You in depressed. You depressed. And you just cannot see yourself to go out there because you know you can't even take it. And so many wives in this home are depressed.
Okay. We have a comment from Denise Bethel in Cat Island.
Hey Denise.
Denise says that each relationship is different. you touch on most, but there is a difference between having sex and making love. For me, you can keep your sex if I feel you don't love me.
Denise, you're right, because most people who are depressed just have sex. That's where I was going next. You are so right on. Most people who are depressed don't make love. They so depressed that they just want to hurry up, get it over with. They're only doing it for one person, for the other person. The man is doing it for the woman, or the woman, most times the woman just doing it to get the man shut up and to keep his mouth shut up. He's just doing. There's no. I could tell you, in probably 75% of these marriages, there is no love making. It's a wham bam, thank you, slam bam, thank you, ma'am. That's what it is. And most people, they're the ones who will tell you, well, I love my husband. Nobody never tell you love you, because everybody probably love their husband. But do you think your husband love you? That's the question today. Do you think your husband love you? And don't tell me no nonsense. He pay all the bill. He's a good man. That ain't what I talking about. I talking about his display of love. The way that he demonstrate that he loves you. The way that he come home and he kiss you when he walk in the door. The way that he takes you out and want to be seen with you. The way that he says to you, honey, you got this nice dress on. You look good today. I love you. I care about you. I care what you do. What did happen to your job today? What transpired today? Where he shows love, where emotions. 75% in this Bahamian country we don't even, as a man, we don't even check for our girlfriend or the wife.
Denise says that all relationships have challenges, but what must we do? Run away?
No.
Find the easy way out? Go and get a sweetheart? Which will only add fuel to the fire.
Majority of women don't even try to fix it.
Is it the women who don't try to fix it, or is it
No,
the men who don't try?
majority of women been too long trying to fix it. They're fed up.
Okay.
And after they get fed up, see,
You throw in the towel.
yeah, and see, men only realize the woman fed up when she's been fighting long. And then we go out and tell our friend she bad, she go with another man. No, the woman ain't bad. The woman gets sense now. She realized that I'm not going to let you use me no more. I'm not going to let you ride me every night for free. I ain't talking about the money now. When I say for free, that you don't even pay attention. You don't even care about her. All you care about to release. Once you jump on and jump off, you find. You know what? Let's get deep then. Since we talking about, let's get deep.
In the last 10 minutes of the
Okay,
show.
yeah. How many women that you think, Melanie, have orgasm in these marriages?
Well, I honestly can't say.
Well, I put it out there.
I honestly can't say. The thing about it is, when a woman is not happy in the relationship, she even ain't gonna have sex.
Say it.
So orgasms
Say it.
out of the
But
window.
that's what I'm talking about. So these relationships even don't have orgasm in it because the man or the woman is so far removed. The woman is doing it for just her needs, or the woman doing it for the man needs, and the man is only doing it to say, let me keep a mouth shut because I got my sweetheart around the corner. So I don't keep her saying I keep my happy home. Let me do this to keep my happy home. And women know their husband messing around, and they some of them so dare not to open their mouth,
What you gonna open your mouth for?
because if they open their mouth, their living conditions will totally change. Because men has a tendency to pull everything from the rug.
Not only
When he can't control you, most men, especially with him and me, they believe in pulling the rug from you.
Yeah.
They believe in,
not providing.
yes, they
whatever it
believe in the
was.
light turning off. They believe in the water turning off. They get nasty.
They
With
want to
him
bring
and
the
men.
house down.
Yes. They don't believe that they should spend another dollar.
Which means that they were only doing it because they were getting the sex.
Exactly. But that's why I tell you, man, love
So
sex. It's all the
they
sex.
love the woman.
No, because there's no
No commitment.
there's no genuine love around here because there's
From
no
men.
yeah, because there's no commitment.
Mm.
See, I committed to marry you and I committed to pay half of the bills. And I could do that. But I'm not committed to love you endlessly. I am not committed to love you compassionately every day. I'm not committed to hold your hand. I am not committed to enjoy the finest things of life with you. Because this is where I go now. Watch where I go. Because men are set up in a certain way that men believe if I go all out to you, you can break my heart. They are afraid. See, most times in relationship, one party's afraid because they had their heart been broken before.
Mm.
So they withholding everything. They're just doing the bare minimum to get by. So if me and you married and the light bill is $200, let me give you $100, I can do that.
Mm.
And the mortgage is $400, let me give you $200, I can do that. And I will do that because we coexisting. But there's no true love. We only coexisting.
That's a powerful statement.
Yeah. we
Denise says
coexisting.
most of the women only want to please the man in her life, hoping that he'd stay home.
You're so right. And majority of men believe if they stay home, you will dominate him.
You know,
You
Tom-
wake him to death.
Wow.
He's running from the woman power, the woman energy. I don't want to stay home because I become a feminist.
You said something
Mm.
before I read Denise's response that I don't know if you realize how powerful it is. And I think it is the foundation of most relationships and marriages where people have come to the state of cohabitating. Even though they're married, they're not connected.
No.
You get used to each other.
Right.
So you almost like my friend or my sister or my whoever, but we ain't in love no more, but we share a home. So we're going to share the responsibility of this home. But I'm going to find my happiness out there somewhere else.
But see, coexisting, most people coexist in relation, especially in marriage, they coexist. But that's the depression. One person, when he's, hold on,
They get accustomed to it though.
when one person start coexisting, one of the parties do the coexisting, is in the depression.
Right.
I am
That's true.
just,
That's true.
I am just
Yeah.
doing this.
One have somebody else out
Exactly.
there. They have their happiness, but
Exactly.
and it's usually the woman, just like you say,
Yeah.
because she, again, because
She living
of
for society.
the way society
Cause see her.
places women in this box
Yeah.
that women only do this. It's not acceptable if you do that. It's okay for a man to do it, but for a woman to do it, or she's she's less
Yeah.
than.
So if a woman not supposed to be happy,
Same so.
so a woman,
She exists in the shadow of a man.
yeah, and that is the key right there. I give you my good name. So when I give you my good name, you become mine. You become one. So no longer you are Melanie Fernanda. You Melanie Williams. Even your name change.
Yeah.
And so you now have to be subject to the Williams clan. and the way the
rules.
Williams do it, and you become a and you dare not step out of that. That's how the men think. That's how the Bahamian men think. Their mentality is what? And let me give you the big joke. The Bahamian woman fall right in the trap. Because their mentality, and it all is because of what they thought by the Christian principle. And the Christian principle don't have to be wrong.
Is it? I want to know if it's really the Christian principle or is it the colonial
It is the
influence?
colonial. And what has happened that the stupid men, going back to the rich beginning, this my things. You my woman. You my wife.
So they are watching the changing times
No.
and the trends and the switching the laws and the entitlements and all of that.
And the women are so gullible.
Sophie, say hi.
Yes. Hi, Sophie. And the woman is so gullible of trying to be Mrs. Williams.
And you better make sure when you address her, you call her Mrs.
Yeah. So her focus is misconstrued that she has an individual life. That when she comes into this marriage, she come in it as an individual.
It gives you status too.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't just his girlfriend. I am his wife.
Right. So, and let me tell you something so stupid. You meet me out, and I talking to another female. You so stupid. You come there.
Strong word.
Yeah, stupid. You come there, and you acting. See, you now acting that this mine.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you start being stupid and doing that, what you expect the man to do? That's where the man get the power from. So he's two things is happening here. He's saying she's jealous over me. The next thing he's saying, that give him power. Oh, she's mine. She's just proving it. But you think now you doing something good, you protecting your territory. All you doing is giving the stupid man more power to be more stupid. To act stupid now, because now you is his things. So he can rape you in marriage.
Well, basically, he could take what is his own.
Yeah, because you don't show him
And the
with this stupid
label
action
is
that.
that it was rape.
And so, if I get married to you tomorrow, or Sophie, that's mine. I take it. That's the mentality. I can take that because by me marrying Sophie, she become mine, and by the Lord, she be by the law and the Lord, she can't tell me no because I got a ring on my finger, and that's my things.
Okay. Two things Sophie said. First, she said, when y'all talk about the expectation of a man in marriage and how a woman must bring her woman's feminine energy, you need to be careful. She said, brings to mind the be sweet, pray, and open mantra of the FLDS community.
FLDS. What's that? FLDS. Feminine. The homosexual.
FLDS
is
community.
must
I'm
be some feminine
Sophie.
homosexual.
Can you tell us
Yeah,
what
what
the
is-
abbreviation
yes, that.
stands for?
The funny people. That's what you want to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, but go back to my what woman has created silently in these marriages. They have said to these men that, baby, I'm yours. You could do whatever. See, you say it out your mouth. So my thing is, I can take it my action. But you won't say it to me, but you don't want me out. So you got to be careful what you put out there in the atmosphere and put out there and give these men these two. See, because most men can't think on their feet. Woman thinks on their feet pretty well. Men has a tendency to be stuck, and woman has to push them out the way. Woman have
Okay.
to driven. Woman have to driven man in marriage, unless a man will live in the same house, same color, same way for the next 50 years.
Okay.
If the woman don't drive him, which Sophie said. but
Sophie said that's the fundamentalist church
Oh, the
of
fundamentalist
Jesus Christ of the
that's
Latter-day
Latter-day
Saints.
Yeah, Latter-day Saints, yeah. I thought that's the church Sophie's go to. No. Yeah, but cause see, when I speak about feminists and feminine, most women today seems like they want to have men based on and trying to be feminine, trying to be more. See, it's okay for a man to be soft, but why are you trying to soften me up? Why are you trying to make me? Even though you go buy clothes for me, you trying to get me in this pink, and you trying to get me in this yellow. What is all about? See, that don't work. see, real men stand on principles. I'm not saying shouldn't wear pink. I'm not saying I can wear yellow, because I do those things. But don't try to change me. I grow up a certain way. Certain things I don't do. And there's a lot of men, what they were taught as a child, it seems like they're lost. They get stuck in this world. Because I had a situation before I come here where a child was asking for something in the store. And this child kick off. You all wouldn't believe this child kick off. And this woman just keep telling this child, "Oh, why you caring so bad? I tell you no." And she then go and get the candy. So I grabbed the little child. He ain't my child. I don't know who child it is. Some people say you don't do. So I grab the little child up. I say, "What's up with you?" Not a pin. Listen, not a pin come with that child mouth. As much as you carrying on the ground and all that. Because they know authority. Don't mind them. They know who's the man. They know who's the man. And so,
Go around.
what we saying today is that men know their role. So when you see man rape a woman, he got his reason. He shouldn't be doing it, but he got his reason. I'm not condoning it, but don't tell me a man gonna rape a woman, his own wife. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. Our show gotta come to an end. We got 10.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, our show gotta come to an end.
Same there.
We got we got a visitor. Come here. We got a visitor. He wants to be on the show. We got a visitor. He wants to be on the show, and he wants people to see him. And he's a puppy, but he just wants to be here, and he wants to say hello to everybody. And his name is Princess. Oh, he's a girl.
Yes.
His name is Princess.
Yes. Yes.
And so
Yes. That's
we got to put our show to close.
Seal's bad.
So Sophie's last comment
Mm-hmm.
is don't let the man's role usurp the woman's. So in essence, let everybody stay
Stay in
within
their
their
role,
role.
yeah.
But then let's do this thing agreeably. Come on, dog.
Yeah, and so we have to
See you are barrel laughing at
he has
us.
to do the thing. A man has his role, a woman has his role. There's no reason for a man to rape a woman. So when a man rape a woman, I believe there's more behind it. I believe there's more behind it.
Yeah, things
Somebody else
gone
come on.
left. That's barrel laughing at the dog.
Yeah,
That's the dog come
and
to
something
play.
has something went wrong
Go on, go to VJ.
when a man got to rape a woman.
You got to beat her with your
You know?
slipper.
And so I'm gonna close with
No,
this.
no. Take him.
I'm gonna close with this. Love, when love goes cold, then it's time for us to roll.
Yeah.
And in relationship, marriage or not, when love goes cold, if you're not willing to work on it, it's gonna be a disaster.
Okay,
And
boys.
so all the Bahamian men out there, if you don't love your woman no longer, just leave. You don't have to rape nobody. It ain't yours no more because she don't want you no more. So I'm gonna send a strong message. Leave these women alone if they don't want you. Go and find another. There's plenty women around. There's plenty women in the world today.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And so you don't need to do that.
Bad.
Anyway,
Wait, I see him.
that's our show for today.
He's there.
Thank you so much for joining us. And
Men, have a great day, y'all. And men, leave those women alone. Do not go around raping these women. Do not rape these women. Woman is the beautifulest thing in the world. There's plenty looking for man. So, be about raping our woman. That's not what we about. Because that is not love, that's sex. That's a whole totally different ball game. And you could buy sex. Everywhere you go. You could buy it. And you can get it free if you can rap.
yeah, Farrell say move on. Thank you
Move
so
on.
much, everyone. And looking forward to seeing you again next week. Same time.
Same place. Under the tree. Mel Tony. Good day.